Hey guys, Zack here, and this is my review of episode one of One Piece. I'm Luffy, who's the guy who's gonna be the king of all pirates. Yeah, that's a mouthful of a name. So, before I actually start on the review and summary and all that good stuff that I usually start, I want to just clarify that I didn't originally plan to review this series. It kind of just fell on my lap. So, I figured, why the hell not? So yeah, with that quick disclaimer out of the way, I'll start with the review starting now. And so the episode opens up with a barrel that just kind of washes up and bonks into a cruise ship, and some of the crew fishes it up. And as they're doing that, a pirate ship run by a lady named Iron Club Alvida, I think was her name, something along those lines. She shows up with this little kid, Kobe, and Kobe becomes a major character in this episode, so remember that name. So she shows up and tries to rob it. She robs the ship, and in the grand panic, all the barrel that they fished up falls down into the thing. Pay attention to the barrel; it's actually kind of important and pretty, as you'll soon see. So as they show up to rob the place, another girl whose name is Nami, but I mean it's not actually said in the episode, but everybody knows about this series at this point, and we already know who this character is. So yeah, it's Nami. She sneaks off. She's already on board. She's hanging out in the hall while this is all happening. And the second the pirates come aboard, she sneaks off, rips off her dress to reveal pirate attire, and then boards Alvina's ship while she's gone. She also knees the one guy who was still on board in the Nads, which is kind of funny. And already I like her. She's funny. I like it. I like her already. And then proceeds to rob them while they're robbing the passengers. So yeah, that's happening. Meanwhile, Kobe has stumbled across the barrel and tries to roll it out of the ship on his lonesome, but he's this scrawny little kid. He can't do it by himself. And it's assumed that there's alcohol in it because it's a very heavy barrel. And three of Kobe's pirate friends, we'll call it, try to open it up so they can drink the alcohol and make it a little more lightweight. Only it's revealed that the barrel just contains not alcohol, but our main character, Monkey D. Luffy, who proceeds to punch a guy in the face while stretching. And the other two remaining pirates, they try to attack him, but he breaks their swords in half and they run off to warn Alvina of what's happening. And Luffy doesn't seem all that concerned. He's looking for food. He climbs it, he goes after it, and while Kobe tries to persuade him not to, and they go into the storage room where all the food is carried. And Luffy reveals his ambitions and who he is, that he plans to become king of the pirates and to pursue after the One Piece, hence the entire title of the series. And the OP actually explains what the One Piece is, kind of sorta. It's the treasure of the former pirate king, called Gold Roger, who told anybody who finds it, who was publicly executed, but during his execution he told anybody basically told everybody that if they find it, they become the new king of the pirates, which started the whole pirate era that the show has entered. And at first Kobe tries to dissuade Luffy to not look after the One Piece because it's pretty impossible. But then Luffy reveals that he doesn't really care if he succeeds it or not, because he'll continue to pursue it until the day he dies, which is probably what's going to wind up ending this series, because he never because it's like, it's been 12 seasons and he still hasn't found the One Piece at this point, so he's probably is going to die. He probably is going to die looking for it. I can already assure you that right now. That's what the ending of the series is going to be. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do. And then, after hearing how Luffy would willingly die to find the One Piece, Kobe reveals his own dream, that he never wanted to be a pirate and that he wound up being a pirate by accident, and that in fact he wants to join the Navy and become part of the Navy so he can capture pirates like Alvina. And at this moment, Alvina, who after a misunderstanding with her crew, jumps in through into where they're hiding, and it confronts Kobe about it and tries to attack him. Then he sees Luffy and assumes that he's a bounty hunter, but then reveals that he's not. And then he escapes with Kobe and fights off all of Alvina's pirates who are trying to cut him into pieces. And then a whole swarm of pirates appears behind Luffy. He runs, but he puts his hand on the mast of the ship and keeps running, but his hand stays on, and it's revealed, and his entire arm just stretches to like rubber, which is actually explained later. I will get into that in a minute. And then the pirates realize they've been tricked, because seconds later Luffy flies back into them and sends them all flying with a single punch. Kind of like another show we're reviewing on the channel. Huh, imagine that. But after seeing this, Alvina's like, wait, who are you? And so is Kobe. Kobe asks who he is and what he is. And Luffy reveals that he is a rubber man. And Alvina asks him if he ate a devil fruit, and then he reveals that yes, he did eat a devil fruit called the Gum Gum fruit, which gave him his rubber abilities, which we haven't seen at this point in the series, but they are a major plot device in the series. So I would recommend remembering what they are and what they can do. And then at that moment, Kobe tries to warn Luffy about her club, but then decides against it and decides to call her a hag, even though, which she is. She's a, I put the picture up earlier. You know what she looks like. She ugly. She ugly. You know what she looks like. She ugly. But she gets up, and then he reveals that he's going to join the Navy to capture her and put her in jail, which she doesn't like. And then Luffy praises Kobe for his bravery and stands in front of him and takes the blow, which he absorbs with his head because he's made of rubber. You see how did I not get into this series sooner? And then sends her flying with a single punch. He just sends his arm lashing like a mile away, and then it comes back and sends her flying. And then they go, and then because Luffy's ship had been destroyed by a whirlpool that the nearby, which he actually did survive because of his fruit, he gets on board a little ship, and where he briefly encounters Nami for like 5 seconds. She doesn't become a more relevant character until later. Right now she's a side character, but she is also treated as a main character because she's not one right now, but she will be part of the main cast. So look forward to that later. And as they're sailing away from where the ship was robbed, Luffy asks Kobe what he knows about about the bounty hunter that Alvina mentioned, Zoro, and what he's like. And Kobe mentions that he was arrested but not because he was a wuss, but because he was probably one of the most dangerous people on the planet, and that he was locked up for being a bad guy. And Luffy decides it's a good idea to recruit him into his crew, and that's where the episode ends. Yeah, okay, so I like this first episode, mainly because it does all the things the first episode are supposed to do. It introduces your main character, it introduces any superpowers or any of that they have, it introduces a plot device, it introduces what the series is about to get people hooked and all that. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good first episode, and I'm looking forward to watching the other 12 seasons of it. I'm definitely far behind, but with hiatuses and all that between series and all that, that's common in a show like this. I will eventually be caught up. I can assure you that. Because I will be reviewing these once a week, same to One Punch Man, maybe more. Maybe twice a week, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'll review it on the weekends or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the series, I should be caught up because there are breaks in between seasons, and then sometimes there's breaks in between episodes. So I should get caught up, not fairly quickly, but sometime in the near future, if at all, because I will be reviewing, because as I said, I might review 2 episodes on the weekends, and then I'll get through the series twice as fast and get caught up pretty quickly. But yeah, that was the first episode. And what did you guys think? If you have seen this first episode, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comments below, or over on my Discord if you feel like it. Link in the description. Link's always in the description, so just check it out. Either way, but if you did like this series and want to see me do more of it, which I definitely will, because I am definitely into it. Yeah, I will definitely. If you want me to review more of it, I definitely will. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit that like and that subscribe button. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!